Good morning, afternoon, good evening, whenever you are seeing this massage. Just get my space set up here. And I did want to show you guys, I picked up some new incense. And they had this at my local discount store. We have some stores called Five Below, where I have gotten some incense before and I liked it. But look at this, you guys. Angel number incense collection. And look at this. You're not going to believe it. I got 5 on it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Isn't this fun? Okay. And they also, since it was only $5, 70 sticks. That's a pretty good value. They also had these. Again, 70 sticks. So, there's 10 cents per or 10 sticks per each scent here. I thought that was pretty cool for like $5. People be like, oh, I'm too broke to do that. I'm too broke. Well, what are you spending your money on? Right? This is Manifest Wisely. So I'm spending my money wisely. Okay. Getting my incense sticks at the Five Below. As I will mention, I have gotten some incense there before, and I liked it. So let us start out. Which one should we use first here? I'm going between 1 and 7 here. Thinking. Say nobody's in the chat right now to help me decide. So I guess it'll just be my decision. Right? Because at the end of the day, it is up to us using our own discernment, right? The other day I was out at this, looking at this place, and you know, the driveway was a little sketchy, and I asked the guy, I'm like, can I drive my car over here? He's like, oh yeah. I did, but something could have happened there. I was not exactly. Okay, this is green tea and bamboo. That sounds like a nice fresh scent. So I think I'm going to try this. It even has some little instructions here. If you've never used incense before, of course, you can put it into an incense burner, just like so. Okay, this is my little pillow scent I have here, but anyhow. Yeah, I think I'll light up one of these, test it out. Because I had good luck with these previously. One time I bought some at my local, gas station, which, I've bought drinks there before and whatever, water tickets, whatever, and oh my God, they were not, those incense that they were selling in there was not, there was one of them, it was called money, and I felt bad, like I was throwing away money. I hate wasting money on stuff, but, this smells pretty fresh. Good, look at that. So, yeah, green tea and bamboo. We'll get this 777 going since it is hump day. You might need a little luck getting through hump day, get through the end of the week, right? Like, yeah. Be like, what's so happy about it? I ain't humping right now. I'm at work. F you. Right? Getting over that hump. Okay, I'll get that going. Again, got our Palo Santo. And maybe we'll try some of the angel number deck a little bit as well here. One of my newer decks that I did go through in a little two-parter video. So that is posted out on the community tab if you happen to miss that reading. Okay, so you can go check it out. All right, got our incense going, y'all. Yeah! Who doesn't like that, right? I'm trying to remember where I got this little drop cloth at. This might be in one of those Amazon purchases, but a lot of times you can find these where they sell oracle and tarot cards and things of that nature. So if you need to get yourself a little drop cloth um, for whatever you are working on, right? Maybe you're not doing card readings. Maybe you're, I don't know, working on an art project and you need a drop cloth or something so you don't get, the table messed up. Whatever it is. Okay. Okay. Back in the day, we used to wear smocks as kids. All right. Oh my God. You guys, crack up. Look at the bottom of this deck, and these are flip flops I put on today. I got these at Five Below also. These flip flops were $2, like end of season. I think Old Navy usually has cheap flip flops too at the end of the season. So, but yeah, I snagged some flip flops while I was in there. Okay, hopefully dog will calm down a little bit. Listen, her barking. All right, let's start out with some angel numbers, please. Let's see what good news we can get going today. Changes, 454. Embrace change and take courageous steps to unlock opportunities for personal growth and spiritual transformation. Okay. Changes. Changes. Time can't change me, but I can't change time. All right, alignment, 111. Look at what was the other one I was looking at today? This says alignment. Right here it says intuition, 111. Your thoughts are manifesting rapidly. Trust in divine guidance and stay focused on your goals. Okay, so yeah, maybe you've, your intuition says I need to be manifesting on, what's going to make my heart happy, right? And I think the more you trust in that, the faster it's going to come about, is what I was trying to say. Okay. What we focus on grows. And sometimes that can include, negative things like worry and anxiety. And people are like, well, I have anxiety. I can't do anything about that. Yeah, I get it. And if you're a child, I really get it. If you're an adult, there's things that can help you and things that actually work. So don't give up on yourself if you are fighting anxiety. Okay. Transition, 345. You are in a period of transition and change. Embrace new beginnings and trust in the process of transformation unfolding in your life. Not everybody stays at the same job forever. Not everyone's married to the same person forever. You raise your kids and then they move out, right? There are transitions that occur in life. Nothing is forever. They say a diamond is forever, right? Diamonds are forever, right? Oh, the good old days, right? But where the good old days always really the good old days, there is just we had limited information, right? Trust me, because back when you weren't worrying about paying bills, your family was worrying about paying bills, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway. Transformation, 555. Release old habits, embrace new opportunities for growth, and trust in the universe's plan. Okay. Old habits die hard. Oof. How many bad habits have you? I've had bad habits of chewing my fingernails. When I was a kid, I used to bite at my hair and chew on my hair. Like there's all sorts of weird bad habits. Sometimes those bad habits manifest in, overconsumption of alcohol, tobacco, or even, things that are supposed to be good for us, right? Anything that kind of distracts us away basically is what we need to be paying attention to, right? In terms of, is this something that is helping me or is it setting me on another path? All right, you always have that decision, always. Um, and you could be like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm at work today. There's no other option. Okay, that's fine. Well, when you're at work, what's your attitude like? You know, are you hanging around with the coworkers that are like, do you know what I'm saying? That can affect your mood. I would advise you not to hang out with those people because even at work, you do have a right to privacy, okay, and health. All right. Don't make other people's problems your problem. And sometimes this happens just because we are in a close vicinity. Okay. So protecting your energy may be very important. We also have a full moon coming up. So if you've been feeling, I don't know, weird vibes, that's probably why. That's probably why. Okay. So, take it for what it is, right? Um, as empaths, people in the collective, people that are sensitive, we're like, oh, I can help. I can help, right? Yes, you can, but there's a limit. There's always a limit because you are human, okay? One of my teachers from junior high and high school recently passed away. He was 76 years old at the time of his passing. Um, we're not here forever, but we do get to make an impact when we can, right? And maybe that impact isn't even recognized until later in life, right? I was reading through my teacher's obituary and it mentioned a lot of other things he did besides teaching. So there was an impact there beyond, right? So transformation, right? Maybe, one of your careers is teaching, but it's like, okay, well, if I can't teach, then what am I going to do, right? So release the old habit of thinking you're only worth this one thing or this two thing or this because you so happen to have trained for it, you so happen to be good at it, you so happen to, guess what? You can probably be good at some other things too if you put your mind to it, right? So releasing the old habit of incompatibility with whatever these goals are that you have for yourself in life, okay? Now, message. Somebody has a message for you. It's really interesting too, and some people probably won't believe this, but I don't care. I heard about that teacher that passed away, and it was so weird when I saw it because I was just thinking about him like a couple days ago, like randomly. You know what I mean? Just randomly. Because as you age, you think about, oh yeah, I had this teacher, and I had this teacher, and I went to that school and this school. And part of it too that I found interesting, reflecting upon hearing of his passing, is because me and him butted heads a little bit, and when I was, especially when I and because I was one of those that would challenge the teacher. And there were times when I didn't necessarily like that teacher. That didn't mean he wasn't a good teacher. He was an excellent teacher. He was a stickler, let me tell you. I mean, verb conjugation, do you anyway, when it got to time to high school, I knew how to write very well. And in college, when I had to whip out a 10-page, 12-page paper in a single day, I could do it. But part of that is because I had some teachers that came before me and said, here, this is how you do it. And this is how you do it well and right and correctly, right? And, you may not agree with some of my personal opinions, but here's the facts of the case in terms of English and grammar. Do you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but he was also into music, this teacher. He logic here. So yeah, some things are just like right, and it's like okay, separating the facts from the passion, right, and things of that nature. I was gonna say something else and I forgot about it. Okay, let's do another here. No winner. Yeah. So in junior high, I put up a good fight, but when you're only in seventh grade, and your teacher is however the same age as your parents, but you know what? It kind of set me up for debating with men in my older years. Sing. Oh, how wonderful. Oh, yes. I was going to mention that he also, because we had like band and choir and stuff in our school, but he started, for the kids that had like guitars and stuff like that and didn't really want to be like in band, he started like a jazz band club for those kids. And I thought that was a very wonderful thing. Anyway, so just a little talk about my former teacher that passed away, Mr. G. So a little shout out to him. Because you really don't know the kind of impact that you're gonna have. You just gotta do the best you can. All right, let's grab some tarot here. All right, let's see what other messages we need to know today. So I'm hoping now that I figured out this particular interface setup that I might be able to do some more lives on my music channel, Ophelia's Band. Of course, that is my donation link if you guys do feel like ever Cash App, PayPal, or Venmoing me in support of the channel. Remember, your support is free when you subscribe to the channel or like the video. And you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video. So just one little click, boom, boom, right? You've done your good deed for the day. Helps pass those messages around to those that need them, right? Okay, that's what we're here for. Okay, and think about what message you're trying to send throughout your day, right? I understand it's very easy to get wrapped up in other people's stuff. I get it. I get it. I have been there. Okay, don't let my youthful appearance fool you. Right? Eight of Swords changes. Yeah. Okay. Eight of Swords is like when somebody wants you to feel hopeless and all wrapped up and like, oh, I'm stuck in this job. It's never, you know what I mean? It's kind of whatever. Okay. But look at the bright side, Swords. You might be stuck in that job, but at least you can pay your bill. Okay. This is the kind of thing, all right, going in with that positive attitude, saying, I am here because, right? I'm not here to make friends with so and so, and I'm not here to so I can sit at the lunch table with these people and reenact Mean Girls. Okay, so doing that, right? Approaching it in that manner. I'm not saying you can't be polite to your coworkers and all those types of things, right? But if you get wrapped up into their business, it's like, well, what exactly did you think you were doing there at that job? Because before you knew any of those people, you still had those skills and abilities, right? Before they got a hold of you. I used to be such a sweet, sweet thing till they got a hold of me, right? Open the doors for little old ladies. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Right? You might be telling some people, like, you know what? You're getting this year on my Christmas list coal. Okay. And it could be because they don't want you to bloom. Well, guess what, collective? You're changing that. You're changing that. Yep, yep. Ten of Cups. Oh yeah, this deck is all sorts of mixed up. Remember, I don't really do reversals. This one wanted to come out in reverse. So Ten of Cups alignment. So you might be realigning with some emotional happiness that you didn't think was ever going to come. And here it is, Ten of Cups. I mean, when you're bouncing from the Eight of Swords to the Ten of Cups, yeah, that's quite a turnaround. And why is it? It's because you're focusing on what you're aligning with and you're saying, you know what? I might already be halfway there. Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you already have the right partner for you. Maybe you already have that family, right? Or maybe you're currently engaged, right? Going that direction. Okay. Not everyone goes through formal ceremonies these days. That doesn't mean that you cannot, achieve this level of greatness and happiness. This is what a lot of people are looking for, right? Excuse me. This incense is strong enough, and it's like coming right at my face. Let me try and turn it a little bit here. Okay. Of course, always observe fire safety here. This they had some newer incense holders that were like really big to catch all the stuff. I should have picked up one of those, but I'm like, no, I have mine at home. Right. Anyway, yeah, don't discount new information just because it's coming from somebody maybe that you don't agree with at the time, right? Maybe it's somebody you really just dislike completely, but does that mean they're wrong? Do you know what I'm saying? Don't let a person conflict you away from doing what you need to do to be great today. All right, sing your little heart out full of joy. No matter who's going to hire you, no matter who is your little friend, right? And trust me, they're always your friend for a little while. And then all of a sudden it's like they don't know. Yeah. And so collective, again, you think that you didn't walk in there knowing exactly what the F is going on. You know, like when our president said, they don't know what the F is going on. Well, you don't think he knew what he was doing when he went over there to say, look, let's put a stop to this. And neither party wanted to. So he got mad and he said, they don't know what the F's going on. Because here's somebody coming with the goods saying, hey, I can help make you a deal. No, they didn't want to do that, did they? They wanted to do it their way. So, collective, do you want to do it their way or do you want to do it your way? Because all these swords are their way, these ropes are their way. This looks a little bit more like your way. Yahweh? Yeah. Way. No way. Way. Haven't even smoked yet today, y'all. Six of Cups, transition. For some of you, this might be transitioning into that partnership. Okay. Maybe you are a person that has maybe not been in the best relationships or, yeah, finally found the love of a lifetime. I'm hearing it right now. Yeah. Did you not have the two CD disc set? We did, and we listened to it a lot in college. Okay. Finally found the love of a lifetime. And, all those old roller skating songs, right? Round and round we go. And here it's like we're not spinning around, we're sitting and enjoying, right? Transitioning from the go, 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 right? To settling in, okay? Embracing new beginnings. Well, there's folks that they have a hard time sitting down. I get it. Because you know what? They were always running after kids. They were working these 10-hour shifts. They were, okay? Sometimes it's okay to slow down. Slow down and what? Enjoy those around us. Six of Cups is the card for reunion, okay? Not only romantic reunion, but also, familial reunion as well. Okay, let's keep going here. Just under 30 minutes. So again, please do like the video if you're in the chat today. Remember, you do not have to subscribe in order to like the video, but your like and subscribes do help pass messages around to those who need them. So you can help out today by doing that and clicking the like button and sending that message off into the ethers, right? Into the interwebs. Oh, 5 of Wands, yes. It's kind of how I imagine information travels through the internet is the 5 of Wands, right? Because it's like, yeah, well, did you ever play the game of telephone? Well, blah, 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 blah happened. Okay. And by the time you get to so and so down the street, right? What's the message? Is the message even remotely what we started it with? Okay. Did you guys ever play that game in school? Right. So the same thing happens with, your goals, your focus, right? Because you could have something very laser focused, right? And then, well, work comes in, and relationships come in, and then family, and there's always these different things pushing around, right? But there's still that single spark that exists, right? So aligning with that spark collective, I feel like is what this message is about. Okay. Allowing yourself to transition. Okay. So this might mean also saying no. Wow. Hey, can you come pick me up here? Can you do this here? And you might have to say, no, I don't have the bandwidth to do that. I know I used to, but now I don't. All right. So for you, yeah, old habits. I was overhearing a conversation the other day, somebody talking about somebody, they're saying, yeah, they're almost too nice, right? You know, nobody wants to be the person that says, no, you can't do that, right? And the thing is, collective, we're trained from a very young age in school. It's like you're trained to say, yes, I can do that, right? And the same at work. It's like, oh yeah, the volunteer is the one who gets the brownie points, right? But a lot of times we realize in life that if we don't have boundaries set up, especially those that have empathic natures, right, that other people take advantage of that. Okay. And so then we find that saying yes gets us into a whole heap of trouble that we don't really want to be a part of. All right. So don't let passion override your logic. Okay. When it comes to this collective, I feel like is part of the message today. Um, Also, stay away from unnecessary arguments. Do you know what I mean? Like, and when in doubt, sing it out, right? Sing and shout. All right, everybody. That is your reading for today. Happy Hump Day. I hope this is gonna get you over that little bumpity bump, humpity wump for your midweek. Until next time, please do manifest wisely. Bye bye.